Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle. And today, as you can see, I have got the Let's Resin heat gun. So we are going to make an ocean themed project. So I had a little bit of the 4-hour fast cure. I brought it upstairs and I set both the bottles in a bowl of warm water and let that sit for like 15 minutes. And I'm stirring it by hand to hopefully not introduce a ton of bubbles, because my debubbler will not debubble this thicker resin. It won't. But I figured since we're using the heat gun, we should be able to get the bubbles out with that. And I figure, if I get it mixed up now, while I open up the heat gun, this will have some time to degas. So I had started mixing it before I started the video. And I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna take my gloves off. And we're gonna open this heat gun up and we are gonna see. I'm anxious to try this. So, where is my knife? I know I have one because I have like 4 or 5. But when you're looking for them, you can never find them. Oh, here it is. All right. So I pulled out some sand and shells and rocks, and I'll explain what we're going to be making after. Let's get this out. Oh, I like it. Look at that. It's a pretty blue. And it does have a little rest that you can put it on your table without it burning something. And set that aside. So it does come with 2 different tips. This one here, I'm not sure what this does, but I'm sure it tells me in the book. And then it comes with 2 silicone covers that slide over the tip, and it has little grooves on the side, so you've got it on all the way down, so it protects your nozzle. So the only thing is I don't know. Oh, okay, so it goes like that. So we're going to be using this tip, I think, today, because we're going to be doing the waves, and I'm thinking this will help push it out better. So we're going to try this tip. So it does have a low and a high, but let's see what some of the specifications are. So this is your air inlet. So you don't want to cover that when you're using the gun. So I'd hold it on the bottom. Oh, and it has one on the bottom. That's the air intake. So you have air in, air out. And, all right, so before using, put the silicone cover over it. I did. Turn the power switch on the heat gun. Always keep the heat gun at an appropriate distance from your workspace. Keep it moving. After the project is completed, turn off the heat gun. Wait for it to cool down before putting it away. I mean, that's common sense. And then you can clean after each use. It says to take it apart and clean it. Be careful to not to burn yourself or to overheat your products. Keep away from flammable objects. So you can, oh, okay, so this is if you have a heat shrink tube that you want to heat. You would put that on and then place your tube in there and it would deflect the heat to, so that's kind of cool. You can do shrink wrapping with it. You can actually melt candle wax. You can cure small polymer clay, make ocean waves, and remove bubbles. So, and it reaches between 482 degrees Fahrenheit on low to 752 on high. So this is a powerful, powerful tool. So we are going to try that out today. All right. So let me just move this, put this over here where I'm going to put my extra pieces. And I'm going to get my gun ready, get it plugged in. So we are ready to go. And then I'm going to divide my resin into different colors. Okay, so let's see how loud this is. I'm trying to detangle the cord. So this is on low. So that's not bad. And it's already warm. And that's high. So, not bad at all. So I know a few videos back I showed that I had got these little stands. Well, I figured this would make the perfect stand for our little piece. So we will be pouring it. I only made up 4 ounces because I don't know how much these take. I'm going to use the bigger one. Because remember I bought those thinking they were going to be ginormous? Yeah. So, note to self, make sure that you read the dimensions when you buy something. Okay, so let's get our gloves on. And I'm going to get a couple of paper cups here. So I want one that is going to stay clear because I'm going to put my sand in this one. And if I have left over, we'll just, I don't know, maybe make a small one to go with it. And then I want a dark blue and a light blue. And I will show you the colors that I picked out for those. So we're gonna do this in 2 steps. I'm gonna get the ocean part in. We're gonna let it cure. And then we are going to do another layer on top where I'm gonna do the waves. So we're gonna do it in 2 different steps. So I'm gonna use my ocean white for the white, but we're not gonna use this today. We'll use this on this step. We'll use it on the next. So I have aqua out for my light blue color. And I think I'm gonna do the azure blue for my dark color, for the deeper part of the ocean. So let's go ahead and, well, let's get the sand mixed up first. So I have this sand that I had got at Michael's eons ago. So I want my, the front to have a decent beach size. So I'm gonna grab one of these little spoons and we are gonna, and I want this to be thick. I don't want to have any clear resin coming up over the top of it. I want it to be a pretty thick consistency. Wow, How did I guess that right? Because we're going to be putting another layer over this. So that's why I'm not using very much, because it's going to have at least another coat over it. All right, so we're going to use the least amount for the aqua color, the lighter blue. And let's see how that looks. Sorry about my ceiling creaking. My husband just got home from the store, and my son just got home from work. It's so windy that they let him out early. Let me grab a paper towel so I can see if this is going to be dark enough. I mean, I want it light, but I want it to show. So we're gonna put a little bit more in there. 3 more drops. Yeah. I want it to show. I mean, it's water. It's got to show up. There, I think that will be, because the other one is going to be really dark. So, yeah, that's going to be a much better blue. All right. So we've got our light blue, and let's get our, so I'm going to add a little bit more sand to that, because see how there's that clear on the top? I don't want that. So I'm going to add more sand in there. So this is the azure blue, which to me is a beautiful, beautiful blue. It's almost like a navy. So, and the one good thing with an ocean theme, oh yeah, I think we're going to even go a little darker. I might even put a little sapphire blue in there. I'm almost out of my sapphire blue. So once I get this done, I'm going to start doing the shuffle of getting the outside of my room organized. So wish me luck, guys. Yeah, I think that's gonna be, I think those two colors next to each other will be, actually I think we can go a little darker, because this is the deep. So I'm gonna put more sapphire in. Because I want that deep color to be really deep. So, and again, I'm using the Let's Resin 4-hour fast cure. So hopefully we'll be able to, in a couple hours, come back and put the next layer on. Yeah, okay. So we've got our two colors. Let's add a little bit more sand. Put 2 more spoonfuls. Because I want this to not not move. I want it to kind of stay where I put it, and to be able to have my starfish and my shells and stuff stick to it, even though they're not going to be under the resin. And then when we pour the next layer, they will be under there. So let's go ahead and get this party started. All right. So I want my beach to be at, you know, askew. Hang on, I gotta get some tape. Just see a little bit of something in here. And again, these are the molds that I ended up getting off Temu. So I will link them in the description below. I do have a discount code for any of the Let's Resin products, and I will put the link to the heat gun in there as well. So if you're gonna purchase anything, don't forget to grab the coupon code, because it'll save you some money. And I probably mixed up way too much sand, but you know, that's the nature of the beast when we're doing these type of things. And I want it to go up to the edge. Maybe not. I kind of want this like feathery. You know, like getting thinner as it's going underneath the water. And which is going to be fine, because I do want some of the sand to show underneath that first wave that we're going to put. So I think that is going to be good. So let's go ahead and get some sea stuff out. I've got these little tiny starfish. So I want a few of those in here. And we might as well put one near where the wave is going to be. And let's see. One over here. And I haven't pushed them all the way in because I want them to still be curled up. And get some shells. So I do just want to make sure that, you know, these are going to be underneath when we pour the next layer. Oh, look at this one. It's like a closed one. That is cool. Oh, like little tiny baby ones. Didn't even see those. And then I've got some pretty bigger ones. I just don't know if those are gonna work. This is the smaller of the two, so let's just... Yeesh. Maybe not. I think that one's gonna be too big, guys. All right, I'm gonna put that there and I'll clean that off with some alcohol after. Just looking for a few more of the little itty bitty ones. Need some dark over here. And all right, now I have got a few of the, like, the pebbly, the bigger bits of sand. And I must have got this at Michael's too, because I've had this for ever. That way it just kind of gives that little bit raised up look. All right, I think that is looking good. All right, so we are gonna pour a light color and then our dark color. And this is where I think we're gonna have too much, but we're gonna see. Oh, you know what I am gonna do though? Let me get my Marabou green, violet, blue, or violet, blue, green, whatever. And we're gonna put a little bit of a sparkle into our ocean here, into our water. Let's see. Oh yeah, all right. Okay, that's gonna do it. And like I said, I want some of this to go over the sand. And I'm hoping by using this thicker resin that it's like not gonna blend too much and really take off. And kind of like take over. All right, that is looking good. So I'm just going to use this heat gun just to try to pop on low, to try to pop any surface bubbles that we can. And like I said, it doesn't matter because this is water, but I want to play with my new tool here. We're definitely going to be using it on the next stage, so. All right. So we're going to leave this to set up and do what it's gonna do. And let's try and get these two mixed up. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this clear resin into a light color. So I might as well make the base to match the piece, right? And I'm going to do more of the dark. We'll add to that. All right. This wasn't in my original thought process, but it's going in there now. Why not, right? Let's just get a little layer of sand in the bottom. Just kind of so they match. I don't know. I have it, so why not, right? And I might as well just bring this one right across, because this is, I think, would show more than the other one. All right. So now we're gonna do our light blue. I don't think these ones will have waves on them, but we'll see how much resin, if that fills it or it doesn't. Stir in that clear. So we might be able to fill these up. And we are still gonna have some extra. And because this is a nice thick resin, it is staying. Just wanna, look, I don't want the harsh lines. It's like almost making it so that it's like waves in the blue. So those are just about filled. I think this one can take a little bit more to get it domed. This one only a smidge. Okay. And I gotta get a dotting tool because I see a bubble right there. Get out of there. I don't want bubbles on my outside. Take this little one and we will get it poured in there and just kind of see what we get, but it was stuck, so let me wipe that. Yeah. Give it a little spritz. And because this is definitely thickening up, guys. You don't have as much work time with the 4-hour fast cure at all. And this blue with that sparkle in it is beautiful, guys. I don't think it's showing up. All right, I guess that's all we are going to use, but we might as well throw some like little starfish and stuff in here. Where are my tweezers? And I think this is the inside, so I'm going to poke that down in there. And so I'm putting these ones in upside down because this is the back of the piece. And whereas these, it's going to be the top, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll get a couple in there. Might as well put some shells in here too, right? Just wanted to make sure there was no bubble under that one. And I don't want to put too much in there because it is a much smaller piece, but got to add a little something something in there, right? And I see a bubble right there. And do I want to try to put a little sand? You know what? I'm going to take my gloves off because I need to feel and see what I'm doing here. And let me get my other tweezers that aren't all sticky. And I'm just gonna kind of move these to the top. Even if they're at an angle, I really don't care. Come on. And then I can always add a few more to the next layer if we feel it needs it. All right. So I'm going to leave this for a couple of hours, and then we will be back and we will put the next layer on, which I will probably mix up the same two colors and clear. So that way we can kind of get that depth going on these two coasters. So I will probably, I'm probably going to do 3 ounces because we won't be doing this piece. And this was 4 ounces, so I think 3 ounces will be good. It should be enough to cover everything and make our waves. So I will be back in just a minute, guys. Okay, guys, so it has been 2.5, 3 hours. This is set. It's still bendy. It's not ready to demold, but I figured we could start getting the next layer in. I only had 2 ounces of the 4-hour fast cure, so I'm just going to mix a little bit of each, and we'll go as far as we can. And then when that sets, then I can just pour like a clear layer on the top and maybe do another wave. I don't know. We'll see. So let me just go ahead, and I know the white we're not going to need as much. And all right, so I took a little bit out of an ounce for the white, and this is for the light, and this is going to be for the dark. So let's go ahead and let's start with the light one first. And again, that was the aqua. And I am going to have to pull just a little bit of the clear out so that I have that to start my wave with. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to pull just a little bit of I'm just hoping that it gives like one thin layer amongst the whole thing. So that we're going to put aside for the clear. Let's get the dark blue. So again, we're going to use Azure and Sapphire Blue. Oh my God, guys, I've been moving my basement around. It is brutal. I have got drops of this left. So yeah, I have been doing that all afternoon. Oh, but I ordered 2 shelving units from Temu because I need to get myself organized. I need to make more room in my studio here because I'm being overtaken by stuff, and it's like working on my mental capacity here. I can't even think when I'm in this room. So I've switched some stuff around and hopefully it works. Once I get it done, I will take some pictures and kind of show you guys, but it's gonna probably take me a bit. I'm just saying. All right, let's get wipe this stick off. I should have grabbed a taller one for that blue. But I'm gonna do the Let's Resin Ocean White. We're gonna put that in here. And I do want this to be somewhat opaque. So I'm gonna start with, if I can ever get it to come out, 2 drops. There's 1 and 2. Let's all right, that's going to be good. Hopefully it's not too heavy. I have not done waves in a very long time, so, and I think I've only done them on like a really small scale, so kind of like in pendants. So I'm hoping this comes out okay. All right, I'm going to start with the dark this time. And I'm not going to worry about the coaster right now. Crap, you know what I didn't do? Is put the sparkle in. Oh well. Because worst case scenario, I can finish that one up after. When we mix our next layer, I can just pull out a little bit and okay. Do want it to go to the edge. And I will use the heat gun here in just a second. And we'll just kind of get this okay, so let me use the heat gun and I'm just gonna thin that out, get it to spread a little bit better. I do need to add just a smidge more of the blue. Got a few little hollow spots there. And this way here we can put some of that sparkle in there. because I don't want any dimples in it. All right, now, so I want one wave. Need a little bit more right through there. It was kind of separating just a smidge. So I want one wave like right there, well, at an angle. So I want it kind of like this, and then the other one kind of crossing over, if that makes any sense at all. And wipe the stick. And if this doesn't blow it the way I want it to blow it, then I'll take that end off. But so let's see. All right, let me start this way. I want this one kind of like that. And I'm hoping this is not too heavy. Ooh, that's looking good. All right, so let's... All right. I'm just gonna heat it up a little bit and then and I know you guys are probably yelling saying, don't do that. Oh, I'm trying something. I like that gun. All right, so now I want to have like a thicker line of where the wave is like kind of come in, just so it defines it just a little bit. And I'm not gonna blow this one out. I'm just gonna all right, so we're gonna leave that to dry. And let me just slide this one over. And we're gonna use some of this dark blue. And instead of just making clear, I'm just gonna make this a lighter blue. And I'll just put the wave over that. And then we can kind of see what the difference is, right? Just gonna use up what we can. And I know this one's gonna look totally different than the first one, but that's okay. That is totally okay. And let's give this a shot. Oh, these ones are coming out good. Oh, I'm liking those. All right. So I guess we are just going to leave it. So I do have a little bit of white and a little bit of blue. I will find something to put them in. Let's see. We've got a little bookmark here. I think we'll have enough to do one big one. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, I'm making a mess. Why do I have a small stick? And all right, let's all right. Oh, that's really pretty, guys. I am liking that. All right, let's give that a little spritz. And we will just see what we can get out of this white and the rest of the blue, and we'll do a smaller bookmark. And then if I have to top this off when I put the final layer on the other two pieces, I can do that. Okay, look at that. Trash, and we will scrape out whatever we can out of this blue. There. And, you know, we don't know if these are going to stay swirled like that or not, but we will see when we come back. So, that is it for this layer. A little spot there. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to come back. I'm just going to pour a clear layer over the top, and I will be back on demold. So, because, I mean, you know, you guys know how to spread, mix up resin and spread it. So I will do that, and we'll be back for the demold. Alrighty, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, so we're back. This is all cured. I just demolded these. They came out really cute. I really like them. So that's one side, that's the other side. So I just put some little tassels, and I think they're cute just the way they are. So we kind of left them. I demolded the stand last night because I was curious to make sure it was going to work. And I top coated them. I'm just going to hit that for another 2 minutes. I'll show you the problem. And it has nothing to do with me this time. No. So here is our little coaster. Let me get my deburring tool. And we're just gonna clean this up just a smidge. All right. So, me was building it the wrong way. Because, I mean, this is going to be the top, obviously. But with the mold the way they are, this should have been the top. So you can see we did have a couple little bubbles in there, but it's still, it definitely came out cute. So we'll just use this side as the top, which is going to be the same with this, which I knew, but trying to get the waves on, I knew was going to be more difficult doing it the other way. So this is our disc, which I think it came out really cute. So, and then this is the other side. So I'll have a little trimming there, but, okay. So this is the side that I had put the starfish, thinking it was gonna show up on the other side, right? So you can see a little bit of the starfish through it, but when you put these together, this is the side that we poured, and this is the front. This is the side that should have been on the other inside. And no matter which way, you know, I put it, it is, one is in, one is out. So, yeah. So when you're doing this piece, this is, you gotta, you know, like this is your mold. you have to do it opposite of the way I did it. And then when you're doing this side, you have to, I don't know, it's weird. But nevertheless, it came out cute. And we have our little stand that holds our piece. So it's still cute. This still matches, you know. It's just one of those like weird things with the mold that you never know. And I ended up mixing up another 4 ounces. I technically could have used 5. So what I might do is just maybe do another thin coat over the top. But for now, I'm going to call this one done, because I can always do that at any time. Just because I have got so much to do. And I guess I gotta level my table again, because it is definitely, and I do have like a little bubble here on the edge. It's not really a bubble, it's just where I deburred it. I went in a little too deep, but so I think that is cute. I was almost contemplating putting like a few shells on the outside, but I don't know if that would take away from the look or not. So yeah, give me your thoughts in the comments, guys. So I will list this on my website, and this will come with it. I don't know if I should outline it with a silver pen or just leave it. So yeah. And then we have our bookmarks here. So, and these will get thrown into orders just randomly. Alrighty guys, that does it for this video, and I will see you on the next.